Welcome back to another episode of the Brothers Sports Podcast. This is episode 25 here with Ryland.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? If you guys want to, go follow our Instagram. Actually, just posted. I've been kind of posting a little bit more on Instagram. Stuff like that.
Nice.
I've posted a few more things.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, the NBA and stuff.
Yep.
Not as consistent as obviously the NBA themselves, but
Yeah.
just a few days apart.
Yeah.
But we can get started here.
All right. So the other night, Luka had his first game back in Dallas.
Yeah, he obviously played the Mavs, a little bit earlier whenever he got back on the Lakers, but that was in LA. So he wasn't really as emotional when it came to that. Obviously, seeing his team again, that was going to be emotional after just getting traded.
Right.
I still can't believe he got traded.
I know.
I'm glad he did. I mean,
I like him in the Lakers, but
I know, but he was good on the Mavs. I'm kind of glad he signed and didn't play with AD. That would have been a little too overpowered.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because Luke is one of the best playmakers we've ever seen.
Definitely.
But it says here, the Dallas Mavericks showed their appreciation for Luka in his return to, the American Airlines Center on Wednesday. After starting with the franchise for 6.5 seasons, Doncic was shipped to Los Angeles Lakers in a shocking February trade. The biggest trade in NBA history, I think.
100%.
Especially the most shocking trade in NBA.
Nobody had a clue. Because even
Luka
LeBron wasn't warned.
Yeah, if LeBron's not warned, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Le GM.
Yeah.
But that's still crazy to me. Because, he was easily, he's the reason they made it to the finals, and they trade him just because he's injured, first of all. And second, because he's a little overweight. Now
he's overweight because he was injured.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing.
He looks fine now.
Yeah, ever since he's been back, he's lost like 60 pounds.
Yeah, he's lost weight because he's not injured anymore.
He's like 217 to 15 around that range.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nico. Everyone in the Dallas arena kept saying like fire Nico, doing fire Nico shit, and he was like this.
Yeah, he was there.
He had his hands on his face, like stressed out. Maybe you shouldn't have traded your best player.
Exactly.
AD.
AD. He's already been injured. He's injured his first game there.
Yeah, and whenever he played against the Lakers, he only scored like 8 points. It was terrible. He sucked. He was getting locked up by Finney Smith.
That's sad.
He
was a brick.
I know, he's a brick.
In Dallas. He was a brick, man.
That's the thing. He'll have good games.
Him and Gabe will both hit, but they have to be good together. They'll both hit 6 threes apiece in the same game, but they can't, if one of them sucks, they both suck.
They're like the same person.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Just Finney Smith can play defense more.
Yeah.
For example, against AD. I realized, like, whenever, say, we had him with Jokic, he clamped up Jokic, too. He can play against bigs. That's what I've noticed.
Because whenever AD or Jokic gets ball, they double him. Finney Smith with somebody else.
And then Finney Smith, or say LeBron, could get steal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, whenever against AD, LeBron got that steal, and he did coast-to-coast, man, whatever. But let's see here. Where was it? Right here. Had to find where it was. The Mavericks hope to erase any bad blood from the trade by paying tribute to Doncic before he took the court on Wednesday. But Luka had some bad blood because he scored 45. He had the best scoring night of the season against Dallas, which is funny. That's his season high.
Yeah,
but it
45
here,
season high. Yeah.
The team put together a pregame video of Doncic's almost 7 years in Dallas, including highlights and off-court moments for his time with the franchise. Doncic was visibly emotional during the tribute, wiping tears away from his eyes, being announced as part of the Lakers starting lineup. That's probably so rough. You're home, like you're technically you're home, you know.
Yeah.
And you're not on the team anymore that you were obviously attached to for 7 years almost.
Yeah.
How rough that is. Even even being in the franchise for like 2 years, that'll hurt you getting traded. Even a year, just getting traded in general is gonna hurt.
Well, especially the way he got traded. He wasn't warned. He didn't know that they didn't want him anymore.
If you're warned, you're gonna have time to process everything. Luka, he got traded instantly, and AD got traded.
And neither one of them knew. So you kind of got to feel bad for AD too, but it's more. It seems like Luka's taken more of a issue with it than AD has. Like AD's just like, okay, whatever, But also AD's older than Luka too.
That's from like New Orleans to the Lakers, whatever. Yeah. He's used to it. He's gotten used to being traded and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Luka wanted to spend his whole career with the Mavs.
Yeah, he wanted to be like Dirk.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure it was someone like who works for the Mavs. He's like 5th all time in scoring, and Luka's 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen this joke that was going around. They were like, "Oh, he was scared that Luka was going to pass up his scoring record." Because Luka, he had a chance to pass like Dirk and all them. Because
he would have if he was stayed there his whole career.
He's averaged like 30 points so far his whole career, besides his rookie season.
Yeah.
He's always going to be a high caliber player. Krabby, I'd say. Even whenever he's a little bit older, he's going to be still a problem.
I think he's going to be like LeBron, because Luka's not athletic, so he doesn't have to worry about deteriorating his body like that. He's deadly just as a scorer, so he'll always have that, I think, even when he gets older.
He obviously doesn't focus that much on defense.
He does more now since he's on the Lakers now, than he did on the Mavericks.
That's the thing. The Lakers don't have bigs like that. They have Alex Len at their biggest guy, and he's terrible. Trash. He sucks. But move on right here. It says here, prior to the contest, the team laid out shirts featuring the Sullivan phrase "Havla Zavis," I'm guessing. On each seat in the arena, the phrase translates to "Thank you so much" or "Thank you for everything."
So they had like shirt. What it meant was when I seen it on his tribute video.
Yeah, they said every seat in the arena had one. We should have been there. Why didn't we go to Texas, Ashton?
What for?
There's planes for a reason. But it says here the franchise should be thankful for Doncic's contribution after being acquired by the Mavs in 2018. Actually, technically, Luka has been traded once
when he was drafted, but he's never in another jersey before.
Yeah, because I remember.
I bet the Hawks regret that trade Luka for Trae Young.
I know Trae Young's good, but
he ain't Luka.
No, Trae Young, he's a good player. Even though he looks like a lollipop with hair on it. He is a good player, I'll admit it. But
he's not Luka.
Luka is top 5 to top 3 in MVP every year. If he wasn't injured, he'd easily be top 2, I'd say.
Yeah.
But since he's been with the Lakers, he's averaged 35.
Yeah.
But as Doncic excelled immediately, winning the Rookie of the Year award in his first season. He got even better from there. Over the next 5 seasons, Doncic made All-Star team, was named first All-NBA each year. It's the thing. He was like first All-NBA each year he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Even as a rookie, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if he's eligible this year.
He's not because how many games he missed. Because you have to play like 60-something games now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It is dumb. But it says here, he posted 3 top 5 MVP finishes over that period and never finished lower than 8th in voting. That is insane.
Luke is good.
So even in his rookie season, he was top 10 in MVP voting.
Yeah.
Rookie. I mean, obviously he's played pro since he was like 14 or something like that because, but still.
Like he instantly, since he got drafted, he instantly made the Mavericks contenders.
Not easily. That's just like say it was LeBron.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the year after, they were playoff contenders.
Yep.
But it says here the Mavericks made 4 playoff appearances with Doncic, getting all the way to the NBA Finals last season. That's the one thing I do not understand.
The dude carries them to the finals, and then they trade him.
And Nico says, I think I want AD. I want Vase.
Like, I understand they wanted more defense, but trading Luka was not the option for that.
The thing is, the defense wasn't even bad. They made it to the finals.
They had good defense. They have Gafford, Derek Lively, and
exactly.
Others.
They have bigs. They have really good bigs.
Yeah.
But they wanted glass. I don't understand. Nico, he's going to get fired after this season.
I don't know. The owners agreed. I mean, the owners have to agree to it, so they agreed to it.
But that's the thing. Owners are hard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. Obviously. Like I said, I'm happy he's on the Lakers. I'm happy he's with LeBron. LeBron loves having him there. And I think Luka enjoys being there with LeBron because Luka looked up to LeBron. LeBron was Luka's favorite player growing up, he said.
Yeah, he was his idol, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he thinks LeBron's also the GOAT.
I mean, if you have any sense whatsoever, you do. You would think
if you're not stuck in the 90s, then you do.
Yeah.
But it says here, despite Doncic averaging 29.2 points per game in the finals, the team fell short to the Boston Celtics in 5 games. All because of Kyrie.
Yeah.
I like Kyrie, but he choked so hard. He only had 1 good game.
I knew he would struggle in Boston, though. If it was against any other team but Boston, the Mavericks would have
dominated. Oh, yeah. But Boston, man.
Because that one game they won, it was in Dallas.
Yeah. Because Boston knows how to get under people's skins. Stuff like that.
Well, the fans hate Kyrie because of how he left and how he was when he was there. But Kyrie's a different person now than he was when he was in Boston. Yeah. He's more mature.
He was a young guy. He even said this in an interview. He said I was young at the time. I thought I could lead my own team. Even whenever he was in Boston, he realized how hard it was to lead a team. He literally told LeBron he was sorry and asked LeBron for advice. He's like, "Man, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much pressure we're going through. Leading the team. It's hard leading a 15-man plus roster.
Oh yeah,
being
the leader." And then Kyrie wishes he wouldn't have left Cleveland.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would have too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have left in the first place. But I understand, he was tired of being the Robin, to
Which
LeBron's
I
Batman.
Get that, but Kyrie's also a younger player.
Yeah, he was young.
But Kyrie's that guy, too. He's a good player, but he's not better than LeBron, obviously.
He did lead he led the Celtics. He did.
Mm-hmm.
But he got injured, so they got beat by LeBron.
Yeah.
In a 7-game series. I feel honestly they would have beat the Cavs if Kyrie wasn't injured.
Even though 2018? Oh yeah, because that 2018 roster
they were really good. Even Tatum, even though he was a rookie, he was really good. That's the thing. But
the Lakers should have got him instead of
that's the thing. Tatum wanted to go to the Lakers because he looks up to Kobe.
Yeah.
He even said that. He was like, "Man, I hated the ball. I hated the Celtics." But obviously he loves them now.
Yeah.
Tatum.
Tatum's bandwagon.
Yeah. Tatum the bandwagon. How dare he like the Celtics? I don't like the Celtics just because their fan base. I don't mind the Celtics as a team, but their fan base.
Their fan base, yeah. And I liked the 2008, 2012 Celtics because Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
Bad.
But, yeah.
It's worse than it's ever been now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it says here, Doncic was once again having a typically good season, but was out with a calf injury, and when he was traded, the deal sparked outrage amongst Maverick fans who showed up in force of the protest move. Shortly after the trade, Doncic was thanked the fans for the support. See, that's the thing, Luka, he stinking fan and stuff like that. like that mean the world to him. That supported him throughout the 7 years. He was in the league,
right?
Like with the Mavs. So of course he's gonna love those fans again. Not because of money, but the emotion they give to him, how much they support him. Just imagine seeing a little kid or something with your jersey, like with your name on the back. That'd be awesome. Just seeing that. You know how much emotion you probably get seeing that. But it says here, given those reactions, it's not a surprise Doncic received a raucous ovation when he took the court on Wednesday. Even with the support of Dallas fans, he didn't let that stop him from showing out. Luka put up 45 points in an easy Lakers win against his old franchise. He got revenge on Nico there.
Good.
I'm pretty sure, what seed are the Mavs right now? I know they were like play-in.
10th. They're last 10th. For the play-in.
Yeah, Luka's like, no, you want to trade me? I'll put you last.
To be fair, though, Kyrie's out for this.
Yeah. If Kyrie wasn't out, it might have... I mean, I'd say the Lakers still would have won.
Oh,
that would have been so... Yeah. That would have been so cool.
I'm just saying the Mavericks probably wouldn't be 10th.
Yeah,
because they're guaranteed play-in because the Suns got eliminated from the playoffs a couple games ago. Kevin Durant is not in the playoffs.
Yeah, Kevin... That's so weird. When was the last time Kevin Durant was in a playoff series? Besides whenever he got injured. Like, whenever he actually played. Was it for the Sonics?
When was it that the Lakers didn't make the playoffs? 2 years ago? No.
2021 when Westbrook was in.
2021. Because that year, LeBron, Steph, or KD, it was the first time that none of them were in the playoffs since they've
been in the league, basically.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. So one of those years, it was whatever that year was the last time KD wasn't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But it's just weird not seeing Kevin Durant in the playoffs.
No, that's weird because, my whole life he's been in the playoffs. Even if he's been a snake, he's been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing him not in the playoffs. He was trolling a fan. Someone said, like, because he's not going to be in Phoenix.
Oh, no, he's leaving. People saying he's going to Miami, maybe.
Right now, there's a 0% chance for Bradley Beal to be back on the Suns. Because
I don't see KD going back here. It's people saying that KD might be going to Miami or the Knicks. Either one of those teams.
Someone was asking, like, we could see you good on the Knicks. He said, just have fun in your playoffs. And then this fan kept saying something about the Knicks. He's like, just watch playoffs. Stop.
I'd say Miami or Knicks is where KD will probably end up. But I did see, I know it's fake as crap, but it said that with Michael Malone getting fired from the Nuggets, that Jokic is going to leave the Nuggets. But people saying that his number one destination is the Lakers.
I wish.
Because him and Luka are really close.
Yeah.
But no, that won't happen.
I don't care. If we got Jokic, I would trade AR. I'd trade all of them just for Jokic.
Trade everybody but LeBron and Luka.
Yeah. Trade everyone. All we need is a 3-man team. LeBron, Luka, and Jokic.
Could you imagine LeBron, Luka, and
playmaking? The amount of the 3 best playmakers in the league.
And all 3 give you 30 some nights, or at least 20 a night.
Triple double like a night.
That's insane.
LeBron would probably lead the league in assists just because of Jokic and Luka.
Like I said, I know it'll never happen, but that's just something somebody said. Like Jokic probably won't leave the Nuggets. And I'm hoping we get Luka back next year. I'm hoping Luka re-signs with the Lakers. I think he will.
He seems the happiest he's ever been.
Yeah. I don't see him wanting to leave, like, to go somewhere else because he just bought a house in LA.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to spend millions of dollars on a house and just leave.
I don't think he'll leave. A lot of people say, oh, he's not happy there. He's going to leave. He hates it there. I think he's happy there, and he's going to re-sign with the Lakers.
Yeah. But it says here, after the game, Doncic said he felt many emotions watching the video. It brought back tears to my eyes. He said, I came to Dallas as a young kid. They made me feel at home. Just a lot of great memories. I'm so happy. Doncic added, I love these fans. I love this city. But it's time to move on.
Right. Time to move on to LA and win a championship this year.
Yep. Give LeBron his 5th ring. Get your first finals MVP, Luka. Because I know LeBron's probably not going to get it because how good Luka is.
Yeah.
That sucks to say, but it's kind of obvious Luka will get the finals MVP.
Whoa, and LeBron can finally, for the first time in his career, take a step back and let it be somebody else's team because he's tried to do it with AD, but he couldn't because AD keeps getting hurt or just trash some nights. Luka, even on an off night, will give you 19 like he did against the Warriors. AD on an off night, sometimes he'll give you 2, 8. LeBron could never be the second option with AD. Now he can finally be the second option, sometimes the third option behind Luka and AR.
Yeah.
But most of the time, LeBron's that second option with the Lakers.
Like last night.
Yeah.
And obviously he you can tell when he wants Luka to score. He just passes him the ball and he looks at him like, just cook, go to work.
And for the first time, too, when LeBron's on the bench, you don't have to worry about them blowing the lead because Luka's going to keep it up there.
Luka or AR.
With AD, every time LeBron would sit on the bench, if they were up, the team would come back. If LeBron went and sat on the bench and the Lakers were down, most of the time, they were seeing a double-digit deficit when LeBron came back because AD just could not hold that score or come back if LeBron was on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm saying most nights. Some nights, yeah, AD is whatever, but for the majority of the nights of the games that I watch over the past 4 or 5 years with AD being there, it's been the same thing. LeBron has to be that number one guy.
Yeah. LeBron's always had to be number one because he hasn't had anyone else good enough to pass him up. Luka's his best teammate ever that he's ever played with. And
he played with Kyrie, he played with Dwayne Wade, he played with Ray Allen. He played with a bunch of players.
He's played with MVP candidates. Like
he's played with Hall of Famers.
Kyrie, whenever he was in Boston, he was an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
And obviously Dwayne Wade just won an MVP.
He's played with Hall of Famers, but Luka is by far, not even close, by far his best teammate. I'm sorry, I love Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's the reason I started watching basketball, got into the NBA. Luka's better than Dwayne Wade. No, Luka is
a long margin too. That's the thing. Because
Luka is one of those generational talents that you only see from an MJ, from a LeBron, from a Luka. It's not like Jokic. Yes, he's good, but he's not Luka either. I don't like.
He's not
a lot of people will take Jokic over Luka. I would. I'd say you got your GOAT. Luka, if he plays long enough and plays the way he is his whole career, he's a GOAT in the GOAT debate. Like he won't ever be better than LeBron, but he's that generational player that you only see once in a generation.
Right now, comparing like 22-year-old LeBron, or like say in his early 20s, to Jokic now. But back then, it's a whole different game.
Right, yeah.
Obviously, Jokic is popping off. He's having the best statistical season we've ever seen. Better than Michael Jordan's 30-something points a game back in the 90s or whatever. Yeah. What was it, 96 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
But we're seeing the best statistical season we have ever seen, but Luke, he's not going to win a championship.
No.
So that's not going to matter.
They're 4th in the West. They just fired their coach. They're not winning championship this year.
No, they're not. I mean, Jokic, he's a good player.
Yeah, they won one in 2022, I believe.
23. It was 23. They won against an injured Heat team, too.
22 was the Warriors, I believe.
Yeah, 22 Warriors, 21 Bucks, which I kind of wish KD would have won that chip. I really wish KD would have gotten the finals that year.
KD?
Yeah, KD on the Nets.
Oh.
And Kyrie would have had another ring.
I wish Kyrie would have won, but after KD did what he did with the Warriors, I don't care if he wins anything ever again. Like, his rings are fake to me.
That's the thing. I want him to prove people wrong that he doesn't need Steph, but at this point,
at the same time, he does.
But that's saying,
or he would need Kyrie at that point. Like,
yeah, because there was 3 All-Stars in that team: James Harden,
Russell
Kyrie.
Westbrook.
They only played 16
Westbrook,
games.
like the 2012 Thunder. You had KD, James Harden, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
Serge Ibaka. Like, that was a stacked team, and they lost to 2012 Heat because LeBron's GOAT. But
they were young as crap then, but still, the Heat was just obviously a better team. They just had way more experience. You could tell.
Yeah.
Especially with Westbrook, he was washed. He's always been washed.
Yeah.
And like,
that's hard to believe. That was LeBron's first ring.
I know. That's crazy. That was 13 years ago. That is insane. To think about that. But okay, enough of that. Lucas,
we're going to have to move on here soon.
He admitted that he wasn't sure if he was able to play well after such an emotional moment in the pregame, but he said his teammates were the ones who helped him thrive. Like LeBron, they helped.
You see LeBron hug him after that tribute video.
Yeah, that's the thing. LeBron cares,
LeBron cares.
That's the thing. Listen, I know we're not trying to talk about LeBron, but LeBron cares about his teammates. He cares if they do well, just like how he cared with Kyrie. He understands why Kyrie left the Cavs.
Right.
Because he was tired of being in the shadow of LeBron. Makes sense. But at the same time, LeBron just understands like emotional moments and stuff like that. Like, for example, Cleveland, whenever he won his first ship, he understands that and stuff like that.
And he knows how much Dallas meant to Luka. So after that video, you see LeBron hugging him, just holding him, trying to be that comfort for him.
Yeah, just trying to be, the leader he is, helping out, trying to comfort
him.
And,
I mean, to me, that's when Luka was like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm popping off in your hind ends.
I'm going to almost get 50. JJ thought he was going to get like 50, and he said he was disappointed that he didn't. He's like,
I heard the record for a player to play against their former team is like 52. On their first night playing against their former team in their
52.
In that city. Yeah.
Who was that by?
I can't remember. No, I can't remember. The announcer said it the other day. Remember who it was? Some name.
Luka said here, I don't know how I did it, but because when I was watching the video, I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game. But all my teammates have my back. They really supported me, so I appreciate that, Doncic said. It says here, just to be back with the fans that I've spent 6.5 years with, supporting me like, that was just unbelievable, he added. The Lakers secured a playoff berth, this Wednesday. They claimed they're on the 3rd to the 6th seed, right? For now.
Yeah.
Until they win like one more, then they're probably going to clinch the 3rd or maybe 4th. But
yeah,
I think they'll stop at 3rd seed.
I think
3rd or 4th.
3rd seed.
3rd or 4th.
Because we play the Rockets tonight, which is the 2nd seed, but we just beat them. As long as the refs behave themselves, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Let's see how the Warriors lost to the Spurs.
Oh, yeah. against the former Warrior that they traded for Kevin Durant? No. Yeah, no. It wasn't for Kevin Durant. Anyway, they traded Harrison Barnes a long time ago because they won a championship with Harrison Barnes, and the next year they traded. It might have been for KD, actually, but Harrison Barnes hit a game winner on their hind ends.
Yeah. But we can go ahead and move on. No topic felt like it was forever. So.
It was 30 minutes. So this one doesn't need to be 30 minutes. You kind of already talked about it. The Lakers did clinch the playoffs in Luka's return to Dallas.
This article isn't that long, not as long as the other one.
So they are guaranteed to not be in the play-in. They might drop to the 6th seed, but they will not drop to the play-in.
It's weird not seeing the Lakers in the play-in.
I know they've been playing since the play-in's been a thing.
Because they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, since the play-in has been a thing, the Lakers have been in the play-in.
Because the team's just washed. Keep in mind, we had D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah. And we had Darvin Ham as a coach last year.
Oh, Darvin. Oh, yeah. Salute. Hands in pockets. Yeah. I seen this clip, how we had in Westbrook. Like, LeBron was actually having, like, a serious, like, speech. And then Westbrook clapped. He's like, yeah, let's have fun. It was like during the half or something like that. He's like, yeah, let's have fun. And LeBron looked at him like so serious. He's like, really?
Westbrook was a joke on the Lakers. He's still a joke.
That's when
Westbrook a lot of players on the Nuggets right now don't like Westbrook. That's the main thing.
For example,
that people brought up about Michael Malone getting
I think it was that game whenever Luka Jokic got 61. Westbrook fouled for no reason, and then whatever team they were going against won because of that foul. Because I'm pretty sure they had free throws.
Yeah,
but Westbrook fouled. He's a stupid player. Westbrook is dumb.
He is
when it
dumb.
Comes to like he played good in 2017. He has 200 and something triple doubles. So
what?
He's a stat patter.
Stat patter, exactly. How many championships do they have? None.
Back in 2017, whenever he was still on the Thunder, he won that MVP. Like, there was games like he would purposely get a rebound just to get a triple double. Like you could, like, for example, whenever Giannis, like, he had like 9 rebounds, and at the end of the game, he walked up, like, kind of purposely missed a shot and got the rebound.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that's what Westbrook did. He was a stat patter.
Stat patter.
That's the most overrated MVP of all time. LeBron should have got it that year.
LeBron should get it
or even year. James Harden or something like that. Like James Harden played good that year. Like there's so many other players. Just because Westbrook averaged a triple double, that's the only reason he got it. But after defeating the Mavericks 112-97 on Wednesday, the Lakers officially clinched a playoff berth for the first time since the Lakers have avoided the play-in, and moved straight into the playoffs since 2020. They haven't made the actual playoffs since 2020. Like, being an actual spot in the playoffs instead of play-in since 2020, which is crazy.
Well, and even then, I don't even think the play-in was a thing.
The play-in was a thing, I don't think.
I think the play-in, this is what, the 3rd or 4th year that the play-in's been a thing?
Didn't it come out in 2021 after quarantine?
Maybe.
But the Lakers had to take part in the play-in game in 2021, 23, and 24. Oh, 23 was a terrible season for the Lakers because D'Lo's brick on it. I remember him going against the Nuggets and bricking absolutely everything.
Yeah.
It was terrible. That's the thing. The Lakers, whenever we played the Nuggets, and the games weren't even that far. Like, behind. But while they still might technically face a higher seed in the opening round, securing a playoff berth is the first step to reaching the ultimate goals, obviously a championship. JJ Redick has now won 49 games and counting during his first year as a Lakers head coach.
That's impressive. Even before they got Luka, they were winning.
He's a rookie head coach too. Mm-hmm. Like JJ Redick, people hated on him. but he's a good coach.
He's a really good coach.
He has a chance to win Coach of the Year.
He should.
That's the thing.
But he won't. Kenny Atkinson or
Kenny Atkinson.
the Thunder's coach probably will. But I think JJ Redick should.
He deserves it. Like, the way he brought the Lakers, washed Hine, he even... D'Lo actually kind of played decent at one point.
Yeah, but then JJ Redick benched his Hine because he was trash and didn't let him play before they traded him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever Gabe Vince was having those stretches of game 0-0-0, D'Lo was still playing. He was doing the same thing. Just 2 roster spots are being took up by... No, we still have Gabe Vince.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, he's better than D'Lo, but not by much.
Not by much at all.
Unless we hit 6 threes, and I'll take him. But other than that,
he only does that whenever Finney Smith.
With Finney Smith.
I don't understand.
But it says here, the Lakers had to take part in playing games 2021-22. As I said, they advanced without a loss, but then had to turn around and play a top seed immediately to start off their playoff run. While they, still might, technically face a higher seed in the opening round, securing a playoff berth is one step closer to the goal. I already read that. Yeah. But automatically making the playoffs, the Lakers will have to, obviously not win a single elimination game. They don't have to, actually, get pressured into winning like that just for single elimination. For LA's season to end, someone must beat LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic 4 times in a 7-game series, which is amazing. But this automatic spot in the postseason will also give them some much needed rest. The NBA regular season ends for the Lakers on April 13th, so in 2 days. Wow. Regular season ends in 2 days.
Yeah, play Rockets tonight and play the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. We're gonna beat the Trailblazers.
I hope we beat the Rockets.
We're gonna have, if we win both games, we're gonna have 51 wins.
Yeah,
that is impressive, especially for the Lakers. How bad they were the past 4 years. But it says here,
as of right now, the Lakers would play the Warriors in the first round because the Warriors are the 6th seed.
6th? I thought they were 7th.
They were, but then the Grizzlies lost, and the Warriors have the tiebreaker on the Grizzlies, so now the Warriors are 6th.
The Warriors are... I bet you they're going to get knocked out in the play-in.
But they're not even in the play-in as of right now.
Oh, they're not? Dang.
No, because they're just 6th.
They should go back.
They should. But the Grizzlies will need a win, which they probably won't because they're going against the Nuggets today.
Oh, you Warriors fans that listen.
The Warriors would need to lose, which they probably won't because they're going against the Trailblazers today.
Yeah, Trailblazers are washed.
Most likely, the Lakers, if they keep the 3rd seed, will play the Warriors in the first round.
But we shouldn't have a problem with the Warriors. We're 3-1 against the Warriors this season. And only one of those games was with Luka. And Luka didn't play good. And he said, that's on me. I'm the reason we lost. He took accountability for that.
They would have won too, but they weren't allowed to go on a run because the Warriors kept getting fouls from the refs.
Yeah,
like Steph Curry.
We only won by 7, or we only lost by 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
There's so many free throws from
Luka. He just didn't. He only got 19.
Yeah.
If he would have, got 25, 26, we would have won. But it says here, after April 13th, the playoffs will start the following weekend. Los Angeles will get at least 5 full days off before the beginning of the postseason. Had they been forced to participate in the play-in, they could have had a play-in game as early as April 15th, giving them just 1 day off between the regular season and play-in action. Given the Lakers' many injuries this season, some rest could obviously be a huge plus, almost as important as guaranteeing themselves a full series. that huge rest will be good for LeBron, especially because how he just has constant grind strains and stuff.
Yeah,
that'll be really good for him. Those 5 days off. But it says here, with a few games left, tiebreakers over others in the West, the Lakers' position in the playoffs is far from set. However, they can now finish no lower than the 6th seed and can still end up as high as the 3rd seed. Seeing the Lakers like a really high seed is going to be so weird if they do clinch 3rd. Because you're just the 8th or 7th. It's going to be so weird. But it says here, we might not know who they will play or if they'll have home court advantage. But Los Angeles will now officially have something to say about who comes out of the Western Conference this year. I really hope it's the Lakers, man.
I think it will be. If they...
The way they've been playing, I think it will be.
Well, we beat the Thunder, and then they beat us because the refs. But if the refs behave themselves,
the only team will only have trouble with is the Thunder,
and that's only if the refs.
Right. Yeah.
If the refs are fair, the Lakers win against any team.
Oh yeah. Lakers are 5, you know.
Exactly.
And Sharp's having a holiday because the Lakers clinched the playoffs of it.
Yeah. But we can wrap that up. That's all the topics we have. We appreciate you guys for listening. Follow all of our podcast socials. We only have Instagram, and that's it. If you like gaming news, listen to our gaming podcast, Two Brothers Gaming.
Mm-hmm. We also have a Discord there too. So if you guys do like gaming, as Asher said, you join our Discord too.
Yeah. Other than that, Ron, do you have anything?
Just follow our personal socials, all that as well. And that's really it.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Catch you next week.